Alright, so for everybody getting into the dog business, especially the boarding business, whether you're boarding on a large scale or smaller scale, here's something you might want to think about. For dogs that are not escape artists, they're dogs that are content to hang around, they're never trying to escape, here's a pin concept you can look at that's really inexpensive. This stucco wire, you can get it at any fencing shop, any place that sells fencing. Here in town, Integrity Fencing is the best place I found for price and service. Great guys in there. Again, that's Integrity Fencing out on Keating Crossroad. And yeah, look at this product. It's 4 feet high, and any tough dog like a Pit or Roddy could go right through this if they wanted to. But if you got dogs that are easygoing, they like hanging around, they're not escape artists, this is really inexpensive and really easy to string up compared to chain link, which you gotta, it's a big production and expensive in terms of pouring concrete, getting your post down, etc. So, couple things to talk about here in terms of containment. First off, you always want a nice dry area. We're just using this on a small scale, and usually this is not full of boxes containing kindling. But here's a nice dry area that dogs can just hang out. If it's wet. We never have dogs outside unsupervised for any length of time. They might be outside for a quick poop and a pee. If they're playing and it's raining, that's fine. But as soon as they look like they're getting down or they stop playing, we bring them in on wet, rainy days. Anybody in the boarding business might want to hear me loud and clear on this. I don't feel it's good for your business. I don't feel it's beneficial. You're not going to have happy dogs if they're soaked to the bone and they're outside this time of year. Again, they're in motion, they're playing, that's fine. So this one area, the dogs can just go nuts in here. There's no rules. They can grab branches off the trees, which they do. You can see them. They can dig tunnel networks. And speaking of tunnel networks, let's back it up a little bit here. Okay? Any area that you don't want dug to smithereens, just look, you put some plywood down, you can get this free of charge. Any construction site, there's tons of plywood they're throwing out or carting to the dump. And, just this little area here where we come in, don't want it dug up, so I don't know if you can see that. That's plywood right there too. It's just covered in needles. Okay, so what else? Water bucket. When the dog, sometimes we don't have dogs in here for days on end. Cover the water bucket up so it doesn't get full of pine needles and all kinds of stuff. There's the neighbor's dogs going nuts. Got a horse coming up the road. So yeah, just a few things to consider in terms of boarding dogs, surfaces. What else can we talk about here? Double fencing. Okay, even if you have dogs in here that are pretty mellow, they're not interested in escaping. This stuff is so cheap, and you can see we've got two layers of fence here. One here, then one over here just a foot away. And as we go down the line, you're going to see the same thing. Okay, you got to make sure that you got something down here. See how we've got something down here if anybody's thinking about digging. So again, this is not for dogs that are escape artists, but for dogs that are pretty mellow, this will contain them. Again, 4 feet high. And there you have it. Over and out.